Alright guys, edition number 2. Let's get into the meat of things, I suppose. Mental health, men's mental health in particular. Let me start by saying when I grew up, the two words mental health and what it's meant to this generation and how easily and freely we speak about it now, I don't think I ever heard those words. We were too busy building our biceps and being fed sort of workout videos, and that was kind of the epitome of health, right? So on that fateful day when, I found myself driving my truck in tears and had phoned my wife and saying, not knowing what's happening to me, and she had kind of shepherded me to the emergency room, and they had dripped me full of lorazepam. That was the first sort of run-in that I'd had with anything that was on the mental health scale. In fact, because I didn't have any relevance, didn't even know what was happening to me. One of the hardest things about it was that it wasn't a broken bone, right? Where the prognosis is definite, the recovery is kind of definite, and you know what's the matter. I actually didn't know what was wrong, and in that moment felt like I was permanently broken, that something had snapped in my brain, and it was over for me. And that is an incredibly terrifying thing for anyone to go through. And one of the reasons why I'm just trying to do these little videos is to maybe help somebody that's been through a similar thing, right? In Since then, and obviously I've been on a huge journey of healing, and I've come to terms with a lot of things. Let me give you a couple of nuggets that have helped me along the way. They call what happened to me panic attacks, right? And this is a term that you hear people speak about very loosely and openly. I think it's a very gentle term for what I went through, and I think that panic is obviously a very extreme emotion, but I felt more like terror. Something terrifyingly wrong, to the point that I felt like it was probably better that I wasn't around anymore. It's a very profound thing to go through, exceptionally terrifying, and panic attack just doesn't seem to do it justice. That's the one thing, right? But in investigating that, what I have come to hear and learn about on podcasts and books and so on is this fight or flight hormone chemical that exists within us, that is there as a protector, and it's something that offers us an instinct around safety. But it's still as primal today as it was when we were fleeing woolly mammoths. The chemical does not know the difference between being charged down by a woolly mammoth or by some kind of thought inside your mind that you've convinced yourself of, that evokes that hormone to be injected into your system. And once it's injected into your system, you are full throttle. It is full throttle. It is, I'm being charged, I need to find safety, run, 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 fight, 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 run, run, fight, fight. And I had both. There were moments when it was run, just run, run, run. And then there were moments when I was having a haircut in that particular moment that I thought would distract me, where it was fight, 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 enclosed system, get out of here, there's people around you, there's a threat. But then having the kind of rationality of saying, well, there's no threat. Where's the threat? I don't see a threat. There's no threat. And then begins the tussle between the irrationality of a hormone that you've injected into your system through a thought or whatever, that is completely irrational and is just about getting yourself to safety. And then the rationality of kind of looking around you and going, but I am safe, but I'm not safe. There's something happening inside of me. And this level of terror is just something so profound for me to experience, right? So that fight or flight hormone doesn't know the difference between an actual threat, a realistic threat that's coming at you in real terms, and or something that happens from within, i.e. a disturbing thought, an invasive thought, and we convince ourselves of certain things, and there invokes the terror, right? And then we have panic attacks is what they call them, but we experience that fight or flight reaction. And it's very, very, very difficult thing to understand in the aftermath. But there is a way through, and hopefully we can just do this together and we can talk more about these things. If this is even something you guys are interested in, I'd love you to drop a like on the video or subscribe or do whatever the YouTubers do. And I'll just continue doing it for the all of 6 subscribers that I have currently. So anyway, thanks for the time, and a new one will come soon.